welcome class. Today we're going to talk about the 10 modes of skepticism. First, the 10 modes can be broken down into 3 main categories: judging, objects being judged, and a combination of both, objects being judged and judging. So going to the first category, we have 4 modes in there, modes 1 through 4. The first mode is humans versus animals. So this mode talks about how between humans and animals you can have different perspectives. So an example of this is a dung beetle might find dung to smell great, but humans probably don't find dung to smell great. So based on whether human or animal, your truth will be different. So going into mode 2, even within humans, you're going to have variation as well. So the mode 2 is human variation. And human variation, an example of this is if I see a rose and I say it's red, but a colorblind sees the rose and says it's gray. For the rose is red to me and the rose is gray for that person. Yet because of our human variation, we're perceiving it to be 2 different things. The third mode is the senses. So even within a human, your senses are going to have different perspectives. So if I smell a vanilla bean chapstick, my nose is going to tell me this smells delicious. If I take a bite of this chapstick, however, my tongue is going to tell me that this tastes disgusting. It does not taste like a cupcake. So even within your senses, you're going to have different perspectives. And then finally, we have mode 4, which is the last one, and it deals with circumstances. So circumstances are also going to change your perspectives on things. So say I'm swimming in a pool and it's nice and warm, but then I go into a hot tub before jumping back into the pool. The pool is now going to appear to be much colder than it was before because these circumstances have changed, despite the fact that the pool water is still the exact same temperature. But because I went into the hot tub, it's going to appear more cold now. Then, in our next category, we have objects being judged. In this category, we have modes 7 and modes 10. Mode 7 is quantities, and it shows how different quantities of things can change your perspective. So say you lay on one nail, that's going to hurt and stab you. If you lay on a bed of nails, however, it's going to be a lot more comfy because the quantity of nails has changed, and therefore, so has your perspective. Then we have mode 10, which is customs and persuasions. What this means is, based on different customs, you're going to have different perspectives on things. If you go to Europe, it's common to kiss people on the cheek as a greeting hello. You go to the United States, if you do that, you're probably going to be seen as really weird because the customs are different in these different places. So therefore, the perspectives are going to be different as well. Finally, we go to our last category, which is the combination of objects being judged and judging. In this category, we have modes 5, 6, 8, and 9. We're going to save mode 8 for last because it is the most important one. So, we have mode 5. Mode 5 is places and positions. What this means is, depending on your place or position, you're going to have different perspectives. So, say I'm sleeping in a bed, super comfy. Say I'm sleeping in a bed underwater, not so comfy, I will probably drown. So it shows how your place can change your perspective of things. We have mode 6 now, which is mixtures. Shows how mixtures can also change your perspective. So take your eyeball for an example. Your eye consists of a bunch of different liquids, rods, cones, and based on all these mixtures in your eye, you can't actually know what you're perceiving to be true because one of the mixtures could be affecting the other ones, so you don't really know. We're going to skip mode 8 right now, and we're going to go to mode 9. Mode 9 is novelty versus mundaneness. So an example of this is if you're a first-time flyer, flying on a plane is going to be really scary because you're just hurtling through the air in a tin can. However, if you're a pilot who flies every single day, this novelty of flying in a tin can is going to seem pretty normal because you do it on a daily. That's how your perspective can change. There's novelty versus mundaneness. Okay, and then finally mode 8 is the most important mode. It is the mode of all modes, and it is relativity. And the reason why this is considered to be the mode of all modes is if you look back on every other single mode, something you can find in common with these is that based on different circumstances, your truth is going to be different. Everything is relative. It's relative to what place you're in, what quantity of the thing you have. If you're an animal or human, even if you're different, have different variations within humans, everything is relative, which is why it's considered the mode to be the mode of all modes. Also, an example of relativity that you can use is If you never know darkness, you will not know light. Finally, like to sum this all up, a word that works really well is equipollence. So equipollence means that everything is equal. Everything is both equally true and equally false, because you can't really know what is true or false because everything is so relative. And yes, these are the 10 modes of skepticism. Thank you for listening.